Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. Thank you for stopping by today to hang out with me and to see what I'm up to. So I have been crocheting on a Pikachu and I finally have all my parts done. So now I want to put this Pikachu together and get it delivered to the person who wanted it. So anyway, I followed a pattern, and I'm going to tell you who the pattern is by real quick. The pattern is by One Up Crochet. It's a free pattern online. I just searched and came across it and pulled it up and decided to give it a try. Okay, well... the head is way bigger than the body, but sometimes amigurumis are like that. I just recounted my rows and double checked the pattern like over and over and over because it was just so odd. But sometimes I guess amigurumis can be like that, you know, a bigger head and smaller body. I don't know, but it is what it is. Like I said, I double checked my rows and the pattern several times and it's just like, okay, well, this is what it is. All right, so anyway, I'm not really happy with this right here. Big Daddy did sew the head to the body for me and put the eyes in for me, but I want to sink the eyes in a little bit. Not a whole lot. I mean, I don't want them like, you know, anything dramatic, but I just would like to sink them in just a little. So that's what I'm going to try first is working on these eyes, and then I have all these pieces that we're going to be putting on, and we'll, you know, watch this little thing come to life and get some character in him. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come right close to the eye and go all the way over. Go all the way over, and I'm trying to come out at like the same place over here as I went in over there. Ugh. I'm trying to just like speed along because I know I've been having like some long videos lately, and I'm trying to, you know, get this going so maybe it won't be quite so long. Okay, so this is what I got going on. All right. I'm going to try to make these about even just so I give, you know, each side a good chance. All right, so this is what I'm going to do is load up my needle again. And I'm going to try to go in right by the eye, kind of up under the eye. Yep, a stitch over. And I'm going to go to the back of the head. Somewhere on the back of the head. Somewhere like towards the middle of the back of the head. Alright, that looks good, that looks good. Well, I really wanted it to be more in the middle so that they both could meet in the middle. Okay, this is going to do because I can't get it to go over any further, but maybe the other one will. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. This is kind of hard to like get this on camera to demonstrate this, but I think you can get the idea of what I am doing. So on this one, I'm going to do the same thing and just come in right up under that eye. And I'm going to try to come out back here. I want to come to the same hole, the same stitch. So I'm kind of shooting for that. Almost. Oh my gosh, I got it. Almost. Yes, I got it. Okay, Now, if I can just get the... Alright. I think I got it here. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is just kind of sink this in a little bit. Like I said, I don't want to do anything too dramatic, but I'm also going to do this on the front side. Kind of the same thing. Okay. Just kind of puffing it out there a little bit just to get a little... I can loosen that up because I haven't tied it or anything yet. So I'm going to do the same thing for the front. I just need to cut me a piece of long yarn strand. And I'm going to do it in between the eyes, and that way maybe I can just pull the eyes back some. We'll see if it works out. I've done this with a doll before, but I don't normally do this with amigurumis, but and I could come in from the back of the head. I think that's what I've done before, but here I'm just trying to do what's easiest for me at the moment. Alright, and I got them about even. Okay, so I'm going to take this needle and go back in a stitch kind of right up under the eye. Whatever I can do, like right there would probably be good, huh? Or right here below it maybe. And I'm going to go to the back of the head. Trying to go like straight across. I'm not trying to come in the same hole as the other one. I'm just trying to get it in a different one. Okay. And let's do this one. And keep in mind, I haven't tied anything yet, so I'm going to, look and see how it works out. And looks and see if I like it or not before I tie anything off. I need this to come, and this may be off camera right here, but I got to get it where I can guide this needle to where I need it to go. So give me a second. Oh, almost. Okay, I got it. That took a little bit of poking and prodding there. Okay, so I can pull that a little bit, and it just kind of sinks the eyes a little bit. Can y'all tell? What do y'all think? And then it's going to have these big red cheeks right here. They kind of go to the, like that. I've looked at the pattern. I've looked at it plenty of times to try to make sure, like how's things going to look. It's just an odd shaped looking amigurumi. I don't really like this body at all. But I do like the way it did these increased stitches right here in the middle so that it looks more like a muzzle right there. So I guess that's what I'm going to do is kind of just tie those back. Not super tight, but yeah, enough that it, makes a bit of a difference there. So let me see if I can get up here where we can all see a little bit better. And I don't know if I can really tie this and keep it tight by myself. I might not be able to, and I don't have any more help. my help is gone. And I gotta get this done. And well, it pulls it in some, so I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that right there. I didn't want to pull it in too much anyway, so I'm gonna call that one done. Okay, now we're looking at the side of the eyes. And I'm hoping this gives it a little more character there. Phoebe, is that you? I guess she's in there drinking water. I'm like, what is that noise? Okay, I like that. I like how it's sunk in a little bit. All right. Tell you what, I'm glad to be done with this, because I'm ready to move on to some more fun projects, okay? I've got so many projects I'm wanting to do, but I felt like I needed to get this accomplished. And one more project, the red race car, I felt like I need to get those accomplished and done, you know, before I could enjoy just working on some projects. So I am glad to have this one done. And I'm just going to come out like way over here. And on this one, I could probably just stuff these in. Well, let me see. That needle's too long. Let me see if I can get these to go through. To keep things on camera, it makes things a little bit awkward. Okay, I have something over here. I have a, yeah, here it is. Okay. A little threader thing. But now I gotta get the yarn through that. This is just part of my daily struggles, but look, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get through it. We're not giving up. Well, okay. I got one through. I'm gonna grab that other one. Okay, did I get it? Okay, y'all, I'm sorry I went off camera. I just can't even focus what I'm doing right there. Alright, let's see if I can just poke that one in. Yeah, it went. Okay. Now, I'm just gonna cut these tails. Alright, now that's trash. And, alright. Okay, so I think that does look better with the eyes sunk in just a little bit, you know. It kind of shaped the head. I don't know how much you can tell that in the camera, versus in person, but it did shape the head up. I am supposed to put a little bit of black right here. I'm gonna have to look at the pictures and see about that better. Okay, so what do we have? We have some hips and feet. This is the hips, and this is a hip. So one goes on each side, and I'm gonna stick them on with these long needles, and let's just see how that looks. And let me do this one over here. Okay, let's see. How does that look? All right, so that's the hips of it, and then this is the foot. There's 2 feet, and so you just put them on like this. Trying to decide which side I want facing out, which side I want facing in. Okay, so they just kind of go like this on it. All right. Now, let me just see the hips. Let me study those for a minute and see if I kind of got them in the right place. Or how does that even look? The pattern doesn't say exactly where to put them. It just says to put them on the side. So sometimes patterns, you know, are very detailed and give you lots of information, too much information. Sometimes patterns just, you know, don't give much information at all. And I guess too much is better than none at all. Okay, I'm just gonna put it on, okay? I'm gonna put some pins over here just to kind of say I want it below that, I want it behind that, and kind of in that area. That way gives me a little bit of something. Okay, and I am hot gluing mine on. I'm not afraid of hot glue and yarn. So, and I didn't overly stuff these. I just kind of stuffed it a little bit. I didn't overly stuff them. Okay, and I want my part where I joined at the end of my round, I want it to go on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is just put hot glue around this. I'm trying to see, it might be best if I went like this. And I might need to put a little kickstand over here. To help hold it up. Okay, so that part I want at the bottom. So I think I better use this hand to put it on, and then I'll just put it right there. I hope it turns out in the right place. And I know I was off camera there, but I'm just trying to, you know, focus on doing this right. Alright, so I'm just going to put it here and hold it on there. Hold it on there and let my glue cool off and start to get hard. And now I'm going to try to guide, you know, judge that on the other side and try to get it in the same spot. So while that one is drying a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and take this piece here and put this little button on the front of it. I know I said I probably wasn't going to make this, but then it's for a birthday gift. The lady is giving it as a birthday gift, and so I got to thinking I wanted it to be special, so I went ahead and made it. I don't know these people. I don't know how old the person is, but he's autistic is what I was told. And so I want it to be special for him if he's, really into Pikachu and Pokemon and stuff. I just thought, let me just go ahead and do that. It ain't going to take me much time to add this on there. So I just whipped up the little ball. Didn't take it long at all. Actually, I might end up making up some of these little balls. I made some before, but they were a little bit bigger. They were more the size of like a softball. And this is like a little bit bigger than a golf ball. So I had made some before, but I sold them at markets in the past. And I had made those on my knitting machine. So they were easy to make, but I might just crochet some up. Actually, I was thinking crocheting some of these up, the little red and black and white for the Pokemon ones. And then I thought about I could crochet up I have some yarn that's like a goldish yellow, and I could crochet some of those up and put some little wings on it for the, Harry Potter, is it the snitch ball, or I'm not sure what it's called, but I could make some of those and put in, and that would be a cute little thing that kids might like, and it would be a cheap item. I was looking for some cheap items to put in my booth, so. Alright, I'm kind of let that dry, and then I'll double check around the edges to make sure it's down good. Alright, so that one should be dried pretty good. So now I just need to look at this other side, and yeah, I think I have to come up one. I think that's about right there. So again, I know I want to go below here and behind this. And I'm going to put a kickstarter over here and a kickstand right there to kind of help that. Maybe I don't need that one back there. I don't know. Let me look at this and see. So when I put it on, I'm going to come in and put it right here. I don't feel like that's too forward or too back. I feel like it's just about even with the other one, so I feel like it's in a good position there. Alright, so I'm going to need some more glue going in my gun. Alright. We got it. I'm going to just load this up with some glue all around. Go in there, glue stick. Okay. I only got one shot at it, so here we go. I hope it's in a good place. I'm just holding that tight, letting that glue start to harden as it cools off. I think I'll do the pink, not the pink, the red cheeks. I don't know. I got arms and feet and red cheeks. Can we just take a moment to look at this tail? Can you see that? I hope, let me just zoom in because we really need to appreciate this tail. Okay? The directions were there, but it also left some room for assuming, and I just did some assuming on my own, and it turned out. But the directions are there, but they're not quite detailed enough to tell you exactly what to do. And so, yeah, I was left just a little bit guessing. And so I just did whatever I thought I should do. But it turned out great. I love it. It was some work. It was some mental work. All right, so now we got those hips. I'm going to zoom back out. All right, so what y'all think about that? We got those hips on. Super cool. Super cool. Big Daddy put his little nose on there, and it's just a tiny bit crooked. And what I'm really afraid of, okay, I do know that the person who's receiving this is autistic. And I don't know how old the person is, though. It could be a little boy, it could be a young man, it could be, you know, anyone. But I was told that he's autistic and he likes Pikachu and Lightning McQueen. And so that's what we're making. And sometimes I'm a little nervous about that, because sometimes when someone is autistic, sometimes they pay more attention to detail than non-autistic people. And so they, you know, they pay more attention to details, and they might say, that's not right for his eye. I didn't have a solid black eye. I had to use one that, and I just put gold behind it. And he might say, you know, that's not right. His eyes are supposed to be all black, you know, or he might say, well, that nose is too little or too big. Actually, Big Daddy thinks it's too big. I'm like, it's barely even there. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes someone who's autistic might overanalyze it just a little bit, and, you know, and you know, because they pay more attention to detail, they might say, well, that don't even look like Pikachu, or something like that. So I'm a little nervous about that. But hey, so far that looks really good. I'm proud of that. All right, let me find both of these feet, and let's see. Is there a certain way I want it or not? So I guess it just goes like that, and it's not anything. It just kind of goes like this. It doesn't give too much detail, so I think just put my glue right here and then just attach it on there. But I kind of want them, you know, both to look the same. So I'm going to say under my finger is glue. And just put it like that. Can y'all see the steam coming up from that? Alright, I'm going to hold this side and let it cool off. And let's just hope the other side comes out exactly like it. And I might go back and see if any more glue needs to go in that in a moment. Let it dry good first. All right, now this side. All right, I'm going to say from about there down. And just stick it on there. I'm a little nervous, okay? All right. All right. Anybody nervous with me? Okay. So, all right. It's there. And I'm just holding it on there to let it cool off. We got the arms, and then that ball can go in the hands, is the way they have it in the pattern. So that looks good. I'm just really happy with the way that did turn out. This has got, you know, just a little bit more dry time. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, I can see it coming together a little bit. Can see it coming together some, so yeah. Okay. Now we got the arms and the cheeks. So what I want to do, let me put a kickstand back here and let's just look at the arms and see. I don't know if this is going to sit up on its own. I'm not getting the feeling that it's going to. It's kind of pushing forward. Well, with these sticks. Without the sticks, it's not. It's just not pushing forward, but I don't think it's going to sit up on its own. Okay, where's my arms? Here's one, and here's one back here. Okay. So the arms just go above the hips, maybe a little bit forward. So I want to put that one on this side probably, and this one over here on this side. Well, they just, I don't think that ball is going to fit in there. Yeah, I don't think the ball will fit. We'll see what we can do. We'll see. Okay, so the arms, this is nerve-wracking. The arms just kind of go right here, kind of above the hips, but to the front. Let me check this one out over here. just not much room for them to go right there. Let me see. I kind of got it lined up under the eye. Let me just put it, I want to try to get them both about even, you know. Okay, let me just hold the ball up there and see if the ball fits. Well, yeah, I guess it could. I could make it work. And that's kind of the way it looks in the picture, except the hands might be more to the edge of the ball. I mean, the sides, where I had it, it was kind of just to the back, but I could come up just a hair. I mean, I would put the ball in there straighter if I was actually, you know, putting it in for the moment. I'm going to put a little more glue around this ball so it can be setting up before we do more with it. Doesn't need any over there. Alright, I think that's good. So I'm going to set it back to the side. I keep getting hairs on it. I'm going to set it back to the side so it can just, you know, set up a little bit before we actually do anything else with it. Back to the arms. I like this arm. I like where it's at. So I think I'm just going to say in front of that. Alright. I'm going to put glue all right here. And then just stick it on. And it's going, you know, above the hilt, but in front of it as much as possible there. Okay. Alright, that went on just right, just perfect. So far, I'm liking this, how it's turning out. It looked like a odd creature. When big, you know, as I was making it, I made the head, and it's so big and fluffy, you know, and then I made the body, and I'm like, huh? What did I do wrong? And I, you know, like I said, I checked it, and I was just like, this is just not coming out right. But it all checked out. So I was just like, you know, it just looks odd. That's all I could say about it. Is like sometimes amigurumis do have big heads. That's what I kept telling myself. And I just don't think that ball is going to fit in the arms. I don't want to pull this one up before it's dried well. So I want to stick this on right here and have another look at it. To make sure that is in a good spot. I don't know, I think it needs to come forward just a little. This lines up right with the edge of the eye. This one's a little bit too forward back. Yeah. Just getting it right in there. Okay, let me put some more glue in my glue gun. Okay. I hope this looks the same as the other side. Alright. I mean, I guess it is what it is. Right? Okay. So, I'm going to put... Just put glue all right here. And now, here we go. And I just want to hold that on there, tightly on it. Oh, I'm squishing the foot. Okay. So what are we thinking? Well, looks like some kind of frog or something. I don't know. Alright. I'm just going to stick this ball right here with a needle all the way through it to decide if I'm, you know, really going to put that on there or not. And then the hands would just kind of be touching the side of it. But is that... I wish I could put it on here and make it removable. I don't know about the ball. I'm gonna put the ball on it, but I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. The ball's gonna go with it. Okay, we've got to do the cheeks. Let me just check these arms. They look really good. This one over here is still a little warm to touch. I can feel the glue's warmth in there. Okay, we got these cheeks that go on like right here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to slap this one on and then make the other one match it. Okay. Well, I always say, you know, make sure that's where you want to put it before you put it, because once you do, it is there. But I'm taking chances, aren't I? I don't seem to be. Whoops. Okay. I'm just going to kind of smush that down and hold it on here tight. I think it's in a good place though. It looks good. It's not, it's supposed to be like behind the eye. I have looked at the pictures. You know, most of the time the cheeks are more like up under the eye a little bit. This is behind the eye. And I've looked at every picture on here. Even Big Daddy and I talked about it. And I pulled up some other pictures of Pikachu because I'm really not that familiar with this characters or Pokemon at any of it, you know. So I pulled up some more photos and looked. Okay, I just looked at a different angle of holding the ball, and it is, his arms are barely touching the ball back there too. So yeah, we'll put the ball on there and just make it work. All right, so now for the next cheek, I need to line it up so that this one looks, you know, the same spot as that one. So from the cheek, from the eye down is what I'm gauging this by. One at the bottom of the eye, there's a row, and I'm on the next row down. So at the bottom of the eye, I'm going to put a stitch marker there at the bottom of the eye, and I'm at the next row down. Y'all, that wind is still blowing out there. It has just been a crazy, I don't know, ever since last Wednesday night when we had that really, really hard wind, it has been just blowing so hard ever since then. I'm trying to see, I don't want this to come up too far because it kind of goes back to the side of the, behind the eye a little bit. So just trying to make sure it's not too forward. Let me just put that in there and then I can move it around. Yeah. Let's look and see. Wow, that's like almost perfect, I guess. It looks kind of perfect. From where I'm sitting, looking straight on forward at it, it looks really good. So I'm going to put another one right here so I know not to come up, ahead of that. Like it has to go behind that. And it starts under the one coming all the way across. So if I put glue on it and then just put it right here, I think I'll have it in the perfect spot. Let's hope, okay? All right, I'm gonna put glue. And we're just going to hold it on there. It is a little bit stressful. Yeah, I'm just going to put that ball right there. Looking at the pictures, I can see that it's barely coming around the side of the, his arms are barely coming around the side there, so it'll work out just fine. And I'll go back around the edge of these cheeks in a little bit. Let's let that get good and hard. All right, looks pretty good. All right, and remember, it's still gonna have the antennas on the top of the head. I wish it gave more detail about exactly where. On the one on theirs, it looks like they're a little cockeyed, and I'm not sure, are they supposed to be like that? Because now that I think about it, other photos that I've seen, the ears might have been a little bit off. So I better look that up. And just get a little bit more understanding of that. Okay, I think the ball might be the last thing I do. I've got to, or the antennas, I don't know, but I've got to put these stripes on the back. There's a long stripe. And I gotta make sure I'm getting it centered, you know, kind of just play with it for a moment. Can somebody come help me right here? Yes. Okay. Well, I know it's not straight. All right, so let me just figure up the center area. Not exactly, but just something to guide me, you know, like this is close to the center. Okay. I'm also looking at the cheeks and the nose. All right, so I have a longer one and a short one of these stripes. Okay, it needs to come over a stitch. Nope. Okay. This is a little bit, you know, a little bit difficult there. Okay, I'm gonna go over and over. Okay, I think that's right. Now you make sure that's all on the same line. And then remember, I got this tail that's gonna go down here too. And it doesn't show a clear picture of how that tail works, other than I know, well, I guess like this. I just wonder if this needs to go up higher. And then the tail would be like that. Okay, from what I see on the picture, this is up above that right there. I mean, it's kind of overlapped there. And then it looks like this just kind of flops around from what I see in the different pictures. So I think I'm going to go with this. I am going to just put some glue on that and kind of center it up above that one. And I can come back and get the edges. That looks good to me. All right, yay. All right, so on this right here, I just want to mark a couple things so I know, what row it is on, and not to go too far that way or too far that way. Try to keep it in the center of that. And I need to get out some more glue sticks. Well, I'm happy with the way this is turning out right now. It's looking pretty good. Oh, I actually got a gold, which might not be a bad idea, but there's one. Okay. I just don't know how much more glue I'm gonna need, but okay. Alright. Are you ready? Ready. Oh. Okay. Alright, so I am just going to put glue all down this. Okay, now. Ugh. I can't really grab it. And I am going to have to put more glue on this end because I was holding it with my fingers on that, you know, my pincher thing. I had that on there, so I didn't get this end good. But hey, that's good. It's right in between. And I did stretch it out a little bit just to make sure it was longer than that one. So that's good. That's good. I'll come back and do around the edges in a moment. Now these antenna things. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, could you please stand up? Sit up, I mean. Okay. Now, for the antenna thingies. The black goes up, the yellow goes down. And I'm kind of smushing that yellow, the end, to give it a little flat surface there. Alright, let me just look at this. Let me see if there's any other pictures on here to get a little bit better idea. Well, for the Pokemon button, that's what they're calling the ball. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. They're calling... Never mind, I done read that. I was talking about putting that circle on it. The white circle with the black. Actually, they used felt, but I went ahead and crocheted mine. Sew the ears to the top of the head. Sew the cheeks to the side of the face. Sew the feet to the front of the hips. Sew the stripes on the back, with the short stripe above the long stripe. Oh, the tail. Glue the tail to the back. Embroidery a mouth. Okay, so the antennas don't go like right here. They kind of are on the sides. More like here and like here and here. They're not like, you know, up here. They're kind of down on this, coming onto the side of the head a little bit. But they're not even on here at all. They look cocked, offset. So I'm thinking just kind of smush that a little bit flat, put some glue on it, and stick it on here. And just hold it and let that dry. So that's what I'm gonna do, folks. And there we go. It's there. It's there. There's no moving it now. Well, it's coming along. It's coming along. In the last video of this, yesterday when I was working, someone suggested that I just give it up and tell the lady that I couldn't do it. But I did it. I did it, okay? I'm doing it. It's getting done. So, there we go. And I'll look and see. I might add some more glue up under that to pull it back just a little. But I'll let it dry good first. Okay, same thing with this one. And I'll probably put it about right there. And these are ears, according to the pattern. I didn't know if they were antennas or ears or what, but the pattern does say ears. So, there. Now we know. Or I know, because I sure didn't know. I did not know at all. Alright, I'm going to put glue right here. And then I'm just going to stick that about right here. And I'm going to mark over here. Below, right below that. That way it's on the same, I'm lining it up the same rows. Although it does look cocked in that, but maybe I can just cock these. Okay. Just let that, and then I got the tail and the ball. And I think the ball will be fine like that. Just by looking at these pictures, it's barely touching that ball. On some of the pictures, I can see that it's not like holding that ball up real well. And I will go back and see, you know, everything that might need a little bit of, a little touch up of glue around the edges and stuff on some things. Okay, so the red goes on top, and the white goes to the bottom. So if I just put this right here, I'm wondering, should I glue this to the body? I don't know, that arm barely does reach. In all honesty, that arm barely reaches. So maybe I should put glue right here on this hand and touch it on and then do the other side. I'm just so scared I'm gonna mess it up. But that's the only way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to... I'm going to take needles and poke that all the way through, and one on the bottom of it too, and see, do I have it about make sure I kind of got it, you know, centered. It might not look like I did anything, but I really did. Trust me. Okay, I'm just gonna like reach the arm up to it, is what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna put some hot glue right here. Not too far down, and then just reach it up and hold it on here for a moment to let that dry. Well, guys, it's turning out. It's turning out. I'll go back around these and the ears and just check everything really good. And I gotta try to embroidery something right there with some black yarn, and I have that right here beside me. I didn't attach it to the body. I don't know, I just thought the hands would be good enough. Alright, that seems to be really well on there. Let's check out this side. And if I just put some glue there, and yeah, that's what I'll do. And then hold it to give it time to dry well. You know, this glue has to get cold and set up. Okay. So, yeah. That worked out good. That worked out good. I was a little nervous about that ball, but it's fitting on there. Yeah, just the tail. That's all we have left. And touching up the little edges around stuff. I hope it's well received. You know, I've been working on it. What day did I start working on it? I can't remember. Sunday. And this is actually Wednesday night that I'm recording this for Thursday video. I'll have to go and, you know, get any of my hairs or either the little strands from the hot glue. Oh, yeah, it holds it very well. Maybe even too well. I might have brought this hand up a little too far, but it's holding it. Look at there. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that, for reals. Okay, so I already know the lady's only going to pay 20 bucks for this. If I was putting this in a booth, I would charge 35 to 40, honestly. Because that's a lot. This was a lot. And here, I'm just going to put this on here, right there. And like I said, in the pictures, it does show this, like, coming up over that brown stripe. So, yeah. So, I'm just going to slather this with hot glue. And eyeballing it for the center area. And it's there, it's there. All right. Now let's just double check. Well, I need to let this dry just a little bit more. I can tell it needs to cool down a lot more. And I might assess that tail to see if it needs more glue. But while that's drying, I think I can add a little glue under this ear. Not, yeah, ear. Pokemon looks like a cute character. So, I think there's a live action movie. I'm not sure what it is, but I think I'm going to watch that. I should have watched it while I was working on this, but I had something else I was watching, but I think I might pull that movie up. If it's on a streaming channel that I have, I'm not sure, and watch that. Check this one and see if it needs some. Nope, that one seems to be good. All right, let's check the cheeks. I already know they need a little bit, just a little bit, tiny bit around the edges. I like these big old red cheeks, but it kind of surprised me where they were placed behind the eye, back behind the eyes. I hope this pattern's got it right because I followed the pattern. I'll try to look down here for another glue stick. feels like it needs some, maybe right there. So that is a little boring right here, watching glue dry, huh? But sometimes that's just what it takes. It's what you have to do. Watch glue dry. Wow. Okay. Anything else on that cheek? Maybe just a touch right there, and I mean a tiny touch. Oh. Okay. Alright, so this video is getting kind of long, and I was trying to keep it on the shorter side since my other videos have been long, so I guess I can go back and do those touch-up things after, you know, this video, after I finish, but we'll go ahead and just show y'all what it all looks like. I can't back up any further than I am. But it's Pokemon. He's holding the, not Pokemon, it's Pikachu, and he's holding the ball. So, I still gotta embroider his mouth. But, like I said, this video is done got so long that I feel like I should let you all get going. And, then I can come back and touch up. But it's cute. And then his tail back here turned out really well. He doesn't really, you know, he does. He can sit up on his own. I was worried about that, but it's good. It's good. And again, I'm sorry for the video being so long again. I was going to try to do some shorter videos just because I've had a few really long videos and I don't want to hog all your YouTube time. But what you guys think? Pikachu? Let's see. It's hard to see, but anyway, I'll be posting a picture of him on Instagram, so jump over there on Instagram at llama.mama.kayla, or just look up Kayla Miller and you'll find me. But I'm happy with it, very, very happy, very pleased. It turned out really good. I'm gonna put some more glue right there just to hold that down a little more. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Friends, thank you for watching and hanging out with me while I brought this little Pikachu to life and gave it character. I like how it turned out in the end. I was worried about it in the beginning, but it turned out great and it looks good. So thanks for watching with me.